Welcome back, everybody, to everyone's favorite review channel. This is your boy. Blade Runner 2049 was written by Michael Green and Hampton Fancher, and this movie is directed by one of the best directors in the game right now, Denis Villeneuve. Denis Villeneuve is a French-Canadian film director and writer, and he's on one hell of a hot streak right now. I haven't seen a couple of his features, but judging based on what I've seen so far, I don't think this guy can make a bad film. I reviewed his previous film Arrival on this channel, and if you saw that review, you probably know how much I liked that movie. I highly recommend you still watch that movie if you haven't yet. Along with the three others that came before, they're all great films and unique in their own way. And most importantly, I highly recommend that you watch this film. Blade Runner 2049 is absolutely fantastic. Blade Runner 2049 is a sequel to the original Blade Runner that came out in 1982, which was directed by Ridley Scott and starred Harrison Ford. Now, just so you know, a Blade Runner is essentially an assassin that goes out and hunts down what we would call replicants, which is the product of this new futuristic world. And these replicants are supposed to serve humans, but there's a couple of them who refuse to do so and don't obey orders, so these Blade Runners are sent out to retire them or kill them. This film takes place around 30 years after the events of the first Blade Runner film, and in this one, it follows a new Blade Runner played by Ryan Gosling, who is an LAPD officer called K. The best way that I can explain this plot is K discovers a secret during one of his missions to retire one of these replicants that could pretty much plunge what's left of society into chaos if the wrong people find out about it. So he has to go off on this investigation and uncover this mystery and try to hide this secret before other people can find out. I highly recommend watching the first Blade Runner. Please do so because it will really inform certain elements of the story. I don't think you necessarily need to watch the first one to enjoy this film, but it certainly will help. And it will also kind of give you an idea of what to expect from this film in terms of tone and the way it's paced. But I have to say, on almost all fronts, this film is far better than the original. I still did like the original film and I would watch it again, but I did feel like there were certain things that could have definitely been improved, whereas Blade Runner 2049, I can't really think of any substantial problems with this film. Guys, this is almost as perfect as a sequel can possibly be. This is not just some action-packed copy and paste franchise starter that's gonna launch a bajillion other films after it's set in the same universe that's just going to end up bastardizing the original story. This film stands on its own 2 feet and it doesn't care what comes after. It still feels grounded in the original world of Blade Runner while also managing to push the story in an interesting new direction, while also being able to maintain its own identity. This film sets out to tell a story and that's all it cares about, and it does an incredible job doing so. Every aspect of this film is phenomenal. The directing, the writing, the editing, the performances, the set design, the visual effects, the cinematography, the score, the sound design, the lighting, everything works so well in this film. I want to give a special shout out to Roger Deakins, who is the director of photography in this film. He should win every Academy Award as far as I'm concerned because this film is beautiful. I have not seen a prettier film this year, and I don't think I'm going to. The visuals of this film are definitely the best thing about it. Frame by frame, everything is just stunning to look at. It also helps that they really got the most out of this dystopian world. The story explores all these different locations and settings that really allowed the filmmakers to get very creative and inventive with all the different environments that you see in this film. The casting was good from top to bottom. I loved all of the characters. I didn't really find any of the characters to be boring or underdeveloped. Ryan Gosling was especially good, who was the perfect fit for this role in my opinion. He continues to prove why he's one of the best actors around. His performance did remind me a lot of his performance in Drive, but it's not because he plays the same character. He's just very good at being able to tell you a lot about the character he's playing through his actions and his different movements and the body language of the character he's playing, and not just dialogue and what he's saying. And Harrison Ford actually pulls off one of the best performances that I've seen from him in ages. I don't get the impression that this is just another paycheck performance that I've been getting from a lot of his other recent roles. Jared Leto also won a lot of points with me in this film. He does a great job. He plays Neander Wallace, who's like the mastermind behind the creation of all these replicants. But another character that should not be overlooked is Sylvia Hoeks, who plays the character Love. She's the enforcer for Neander Wallace, who's this really powerful and really intimidating replicant who doesn't take any shit. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of issues with this film. If I had to name one, I would say that this film's not the easiest film to follow, It's a lot of information to absorb over the span of 2 hours and 40 minutes, and there were some things about the story that I didn't quite fully comprehend, but they were just very small parts of the story. All the main plot and story elements I did understand on a first viewing, no problem. A 5-minute Google search figured out those small things that I didn't quite get, so really not a big deal. What's so great about a film like Blade Runner 2049 is that this is the type of film that you can sit down and re-watch several times and pick up on certain things you might have missed after the first time you saw it. And I think that's the true staple of an intelligent and well-made film. It's a film that will make you want to sit down and re-watch it and learn new things about the story or just the filmmaking process in general. It's super disappointing that this film didn't do very well at the box office. It kind of doesn't surprise me because this film is very long and it's definitely not geared towards mainstream audiences. But this is the type of film that only comes once in a blue moon, where you're getting like essentially an art house sci-fi film that's put on this massive budget that's really looking to challenge you and put some themes and ideas in your mind that you really have to think about. It's trying to be a true film and give you a true experience. I'm not saying you're an idiot and you don't care about movies if you don't go out and watch this film, or if you don't like this film, you're totally entitled to your opinion. I just think if you really want to support a genuine film with genuine filmmakers who put a genuine effort forward to create an experience that you haven't seen before, then please go out and watch this film. I highly recommend it, and I'm gonna give Blade Runner 2049 a 5 out of 5. Guys, please let me know what you thought about this film in the comment section below. You know what to do. And if you have negative thoughts, I especially want to hear those because I don't understand what they would be. If there's anything that you guys would like me to review in the future, please write that down in the comment section below, and I just might do it. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button down below or share this video or both, whichever you prefer. And if you guys dig my channel, be sure to subscribe to my channel, please. Thanks again, guys. This is your boy Jay, all day, every day, buttoning up this button that should have been buttoned before this review. Signing off until next time. That was so awkward. Bye.